And someone is doing a lot better than you. And someone is unattainably better.
As you may or may not have noticed, I am not at home. I took a trip out of town, not too far, but far enough to require flying and the rental of a vehicle. So I am doing something really fun tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to put it into the vlog so that you guys can see what I'm up to. It has nothing to do with sourcing, I already did that. So I took this trip that I had planned for a little while, something I wanted to do. Came back to where I grew up. I spent a fair amount of money to do this, so I wanted to try to make the money back by sourcing, and I spent most of today, after flying in, going to 2 thrift stores. My biggest issue, though, was, for whatever reason, the first thrift store, I just couldn't get a connection, or the connection was so slow. I don't know if it was the app or if it was the connection. I'm assuming it was the connection, because the app started working fine when I went to the second thrift store. So I was able to scan a lot quicker. The first store was extremely frustrating. I wasted so much time just having to wait for the results to show up. I probably could have gotten out of there a lot quicker. They had a ton of books, not really any VHS tapes, or at least they didn't have any good VHS tapes, and they didn't really have very many CDs. I briefly looked at the records. Needless to say, it was frustrating. I almost threw my phone a couple times. Although it was successful in terms of finding books, I sourced about 25, maybe 26 books, a VHS tape, and a couple of records. So I believe I think I got 30 items from that store. And then I went to a second store. I was starving, so I had to go eat. And after eating, I went to another thrift store that was closer to where I needed to be later on today. This one was not Goodwill or Salvation Army, but another one. I think it's called Out of the Closet, and it's a smaller chain of thrift stores. I've been to one near where I live. This is the second one I've been to, and this one had a ton of records and CDs. The records were not so good, but I looked through not even half of the CDs, and I found 16 that are worth sending into Amazon. So 16 on top of the 30, so 46, almost 50 items I sourced. Not too bad. I had a couple of books that are gonna go for $20+, at least 3 or 4. So right there's about $70 or so, just with the 4 books, 70 to 80 bucks. It's looking pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to break even on the trip, but I'll get pretty close. I figured, why not give it a try? I'm gonna be here until tomorrow in the mid-afternoon. I figured, why not give it a shot? And it's the first time I ever sourced this long and had an opportunity to source this long. But it was frustrating because of the issue with the app, or with the connection. I think it was the connection. I definitely could have done a lot more. I certainly could have hit a third store and sourced more. but you know, I don't know where the good places are to source. So I was just going to whatever was I could get to and just going for it. Unfortunately, I didn't have more time, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to source tomorrow because I'm going to be hanging out with some friends. It was not too bad though. But what I did was, my plan, or what I'm going to do, is I brought a larger suitcase and I put my smaller suitcase with my clothes inside of it so I could bring back everything that I sourced. And there's going to be plenty of room. I'm going to make sure that I don't get charged for the extra weight, so it shouldn't be a problem. So this is a bit of an adventure. I was so frustrating with having the issue with the connection that I was just feeling like, you know, the FBA scan, the database, downloadable database, wouldn't have been an issue, and I could have gone through everything so much quicker. So it's things like that really make me think about getting the database, the downloadable database. But I usually don't have this issue. You know, it's weird. You'd think that I'd have the proper coverage where I was, but apparently not. Tonight I'll be going to a basketball game, and you might know about this team. Check them out right here. That's 5.
Two Brazilians on the way.
Bear guys from Brazil, right?
Yeah, they're friends apparently.
Hopefully I'll get close to breaking even. If not, it was worth the shot, and I'll still be able to make some money back on the money that I spent on the trip, on the flight, the rental car, and the game I'm going to. We'll see. And it was fun. It was an adventure, and I'll do it again if I come up here up north again. So if you take a trip, you know, try to source, try to make money back that you're spending on the trip, unless you're just planning on doing a vacation, you don't want to do any work. But if you have some time, why not go for it? You can frequently make your money back, or at least get close to it, which definitely feels good. Get out there, source. As always, remember, keep booking.